No greetings. Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. So, tell me, is this run just really good because of the spawn, or is it because of caffeine? Sometimes I wonder these things. Hello there, smiley face. Sometimes I wonder these things. And, yeah, this was just really smooth. No mistakes, no hiccups, not even any interceptors getting in my way. It was a nice, peaceful run. Well, for me, not so much for the Cerberus, but yeah, so, as usual, we got two brawlers and a vengeance ship just to spread my vengeance, as it were. So off the bat, good spawn on the filler planets, the Red Star Life Extender planets. Pretty good spawn there. Really nice spawn on the 9 planets, though. They're all on one side of the star, so I don't have to look across the star all the time. The only issue is that there's a couple of adjacent bombers, but that's not that big a deal as much. 2 9s don't have any bombers, and 1 has one, but that's a vengeance situation there. So yeah, also the coveted, the only Colossus filler sector has finally spawned for me. Good times all around. So my vengeance ship gets to enjoy that. One Planet 9 was in teleport range, the other not quite. A bit of a tread to get there, but none to worry. Just low enough to get the vengeance off there. Teleported right on there. A little late, but it will do. So yeah, I get the vengeance ship into position. Maneuver these around just a bit more. Almost knocked everything out. Pretty solid start. A very solid start so far. And one little tidbit there. As soon as I see that the ring has disappeared, I know that the destroyers are likely have spawned, so that has happened. I didn't want to sit on top of the Phoenix this time. I found that it's not really necessary. I can do that after the fact, so what I started doing is letting the Sentinels and Guardians just walk into me, like over here, and they'll kill themselves, and I can deal with the Phoenix alone without having to spend an EMP or anything. The Sentinels and the Guardians, I feel, kind of just lower my hull or my shields too much. And, of course, if they all spawn on top of me, there's a chance that my mass pad will hit the Guardians and not the Sentinels, so yeah, better just let them walk into you, because the Phoenix doesn't move immediately. Really good, probably like the best destroyer spawn I've ever seen. I guess it makes sense. We're all going in a relatively similar direction because of all the planets are in the same direction. But they all happen to spawn pretty close together, so none of them spawning like way over here on the other side of the sector going to this planet or anything. So that was a simple vengeance there to deal with. Nice and clean, jump on that bomber. I didn't follow it because I, had to focus on other things, but not that big a deal. Phoenix, ridiculous Phoenix range there. I decided to get rid of these double bombers because if I'm going to be taking out the Phoenix with the Guardians and Colossus that spawn, it's still a bit better if I don't have these bomber rockets just hitting me constantly. So I dealt with that. Probably should wait for my shield to come back up. However, I have repair drone, so it's okay. I EMP'd that one rocket because it slipped through and I didn't want to take it to the face. However, I believe I did take it to the face regardless because of how close it was to the asteroid there. Yeah, just about. No big deal there. Okay, I lied. There was one mistake here. Okay, so I decided I was going to move towards over here, repair drone towards these sentinels. But then between activating repair drone and moving, I changed my mind to follow the bombers directly instead of, getting healed essentially. So there was one small mistake there because I sent the repair drone a different way, but it's okay. I didn't really need the repair drone at that time anyway. I keep forgetting the repair drone heals for like 5,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm always using it when I'm only missing like 3,000 hull. I probably should stop doing that. A little risky over here because I was dealing with that. But again, repair drone. One of the best solo mods for Dark Red Stars. Not a good spawn on these sentinels, but it took out my repair drone. That's all I wanted. I took out the sentinels and it left the sector. Let someone with the shield deal with that. Start knocking out the bomber. Let this ship take care of that. And yeah, deal with the guardians up there. So yeah, really strong start. Really stable. Plenty of time to do things. Plenty of arts to use for a Red Star extension. So not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So I'll let the civvies what they do best. I'll let them civilize. Enrich and load up. Take a second. I knew I had a lot of time. I was waiting for that suspend and the repair drone to get off cooldown, so I just got it into teleport range there. Waiting for my Avengers to come off cooldown over here. Cleared out some space. I didn't need to clear this sector, but I cleaned it just in case. I wanted to move transports between this planet and up to the miners, just in case. Why not? I jumped on here, waited for the Phoenix to get in range, EMP. I figured that trying to use suspend for these things, not the best, because even though Guardians and Colossus don't really hit that hard, they still deal a fair amount of damage because there's 5 of them, So probably better to just let the EMP take care of that. And yeah, and then I don't have to use my suspend because I got a bunch of EMP damage off on that. So yeah, that took care of that. Didn't have to worry about this as much. Save the suspend for if I needed further things. Got into position here. Started loading up before I teleported onto here. Looking for a good position. I thought about using the Phoenix. Just so I can try and kill it with the Vengeance ship, but I really don't need to. I gotta get out of that habit of trying to kill the Phoenix with my Vengeance ship, because my Alpha shield is not high enough to do that yet. It's okay, I've got 2 brawlers for a reason, right? So I teleport in the middle. Luckily, the sentinels that weren't shielded still did enough damage to me to get my Vengeance off. Nice clean Vengeance there. Followed the bomber just to knock it out. I would have stayed longer, but I didn't want to die from the Phoenix dual laser under weapon amplifier, so no big deal. Let this ship take care of that, and let this full shield brawler knock out the rest with suspend. Didn't have to worry. The random interceptor there, but the only one that was in range was this ship, carrying all the good stuff, but I was leading it over here to the miners, so no big deal. I will say also, this was also really good loading for me as well. Normally, I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to loading my artifacts, but this one was rather smooth. It seems I need to get into the habit of bringing more than just one transport to the miners. You know. Well, I guess it could just be because of the arts that were available. The arts were in a good order that I went in, so it could be that too. I don't know. Is it the caffeine or is it the spawn? You decide. Yeah. And let these come back because I don't have enough. Alright, I can't art boost 3 times with a full load on the miner anymore because of the art boost there, but yeah, that was very chill. There's a lot of downtime there that I didn't have to worry about anything. But just a quick little recap here. This was kind of what I wanted to go for. My game plan here, right? Of course, it does depend on the spawn. This was a really good spawn for it. So, Vengeance Ship in the Colossus sector move over to the star to Vengeance the Destroyers. Both brawlers on the storms, right? Let them take care of that. Have one brawler take out the Phoenix entirely, and just have the other take out the Sentinels only, and leave the Phoenix for later. That's kind of what I wanted to go for. So this one, because it's closer, yeah, the closest one, knock out the Phoenix, because I will have to load from this one first, right? And the second one I can just come back later and deal with. I can clear out some adjacent bombers or just some empty, or filler sectors, I should say. And yeah, not a bad deal, eh? I need to stop quoting Demon Souls. This is a bad habit of mine. Yeah, so let the civilians do their thing. Take a second for everything to get off cooldown, you know? It does take a good minute. Literally a minute to get off cooldown for everything. Have one brawler knock out the Phoenix and Colossus Guardians. And have the second Vengeance knock out the third at Planet Level 9. Because this is pretty easy. And then clean up with the other brawler, I should say. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, my game plan. Glad to see that it finally worked without issue. Good spawn and all that, but yeah, that is all. I guess I'll see you around. Ta-ta for now.